Hello everybody out there in the Frontline universe, I'm Chris and welcome back to another comic book review. And in this review, I'll be reviewing Batman issue number 3. And while I'm showing you guys the artwork, as always, standard spoiler alert warning, because as we are going to be going through Batman issue number 3, we will be discussing certain events and things that happen within Batman issue number 3. So if you have not read Batman issue 3 yet, I'd recommend taking this video, pausing it, putting it in your watch later file. By the way, look at this artwork. It's such great artwork. I gotta say that off the bat. And coming back later. And let's see if we agree or disagree with what I think about Batman issue 3. However, as you guys know, I always give an overview, non-spoiler, at the beginning of the review before I get into spoilers, and then I warn about the spoilers. So let's get into that. This book, it's really hard to give too many spoilers away. There was a really wow last page, just like last issue with Hugo Strange. This issue has another character that makes you go, whoa, that character is here. And we haven't seen this character in a pretty long time. Dare I say, I don't think we saw him at all in the New 52. Not 100% sure, but I'm almost sure that we haven't seen this character in the New 52. So this is the first time we're seeing this character again in a long time. But anyway, this book really doesn't progress the story a whole lot because this issue focuses more on Gotham and Gotham Girl and mostly their backstory. Now, there are a lot of questions we all have about Gotham and Gotham Girl, and not all of them are answered. A fair amount are, but there are still a few questions that we are left with that are up in the air that either we will figure out by the end of this first arc, or we'll figure out as time and the story progresses with Gotham and Gotham Girl if they stick around in Batman after the first story arc. That's really all I can give you as far as the main idea of this book. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could truly add. You gain a bigger respect for Gotham when you find out why him and Gotham Girl are doing what they do. And Batman's trust in them, you could see the development of his trust for them starting to grow more and more as he learns more and more about them. This book, I would say, as it's not really a huge story progression, but it is good background on characters that we were introduced to back in Batman issue number 1. I would say 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book a lot. I really did enjoy it a lot. So that's my overview. We're going to go into spoilers now because it's hard not to get into spoilers when it comes to this book. So, turns out Batman, undercover, goes to this family, and it turns out the book actually opens up, as you guys saw, with a situation quite like Batman's, where a mother, a father, and a son are walking down an alley and they get mugged. However, this isn't the past, this is the present, so Batman comes in and saves the day. Of course, the son was impressioned by this and wanted to become like Batman. He wanted to do good. And as the mother and father are talking to this agent, they explain that he went from being a kid who was saved by Batman. He grew up. He did good things. The father made money where he could have been a millionaire 2 times over, and he insisted that the father give the money away to help people. The sister, who is very close to her brother, followed along. So anything the brother did, the sister did. So they were doing extracurricular activities, helping the community, helping people, while also studying forensics and all this other stuff. So basically they were studying to be like Batman, and then they go away for a time overseas. And they ask the parents for money. We don't know why, but it's a huge amount of money. And of course the father, being the person he has, sent it, thinking that it was obviously for a good cause. And this agent, he's only supposedly there to make sure that the money wasn't, stolen, that it was truthfully them that used it. And the agent walks out. Lo and behold, the agent was really Batman in disguise. So Batman's doing his detective work on Gotham and Gotham Girl. So he figured out who he was and who she was. You want to find out their names. You want to read the whole backstory. Go check out this issue. There was a lot more. I'm abbreviating what he learned. And that was a fair bulk of the issue, as a matter of fact. That was about halfway through the issue where we finally get through the origin. And then, of course, something happens it starts with a V, I don't remember, but the bridge, and Gotham Girl are already there. They're at the scene making sure everything's okay. So we don't get an answer, actually. I will say this. We do not get the answer we're looking for when it comes to their superpowers. We never find out how they gained their super abilities. Was it Superman's solar flare? I highly doubt that. But we don't find out. They never tell you how they gain their superpowers. But obviously they're not as strong as Superman because Gotham's actually having a hard time holding the bridge up. And Batman shows up, of course. He uses his bat jet with some tethers, and he's able to hold the bridge up. And we get to see a small panel with Hugo Strange, Gotham, and Gotham Girl thank Batman. Batman says they're doing a good job. And he kind of drops the hint. He's like, it's good to see what you did with your fear, because in the very beginning of the issue, he tells the little boy he saved to take this fear and learn from it and grow from it. I believe it was learn from it. I want to make sure that that's what he said. Remember, all that means is everyone gets the opportunity to fight that fear. So everyone gets a chance to be brave, and that's exactly what Gotham is doing. And then we get the end of the issue where there's another explosion. Hugo Strange is there, and we get introduced to another character that we haven't seen in a while. And this is a spoiler. This is the biggest one. So I would, if you didn't read this issue and you don't want it, I wouldn't recommend it. I would say go out and get this issue or go read it in your comic shop, something before you listen to this part. But he has a partner now, and we find out who the person was that he was in session with. And spoiler alert, everybody, it was Psycho Pirate. And for those of you that don't know who Psycho Pirate is, I would highly recommend going and Googling Psycho Pirate. His ability is whatever he feels, he can make other people feel. So if he's very, very scared, he can make other people feel very, very scared. If he's very, very happy, he'll make other people very, very happy. My introduction to Psycho Pirate was actually Crisis on Infinite Earths. That was the first time I read about him, and then later on, obviously, we saw him more and more. But, yeah, that's crazy. So we got Amanda Waller, we got Hugo Strange, we got Psycho Pirate. There's a crazy amount of people that are being thrown into Batman, and it's a good and a bad thing. Psycho Pirate obviously is going to play into messing with Gotham and Gotham Girl. Hugo Strange is controlling Psycho Pirate. So Hugo Strange doesn't want Gotham. He's already better than Gotham, as he claims. One thing, I love the artwork in this book, but one thing that I noticed with this book, and it was tedious for a bit, was there was an excessive amount at times of not talk words, not word bubbles, but there were inset words. Those are the words in the squares. Like, I'll show you guys. The last page of the preview actually showed a fair amount. Oh, I'm sorry, the first page of the preview kind of showed a fair amount of that, where there were a lot of context boxes. And as the story moves on, there's more and more and more. And it's literally, at first I thought it was maybe Gotham talking, then Batman, then we find out who it really was talking. And it's just, there's a lot to read. And a lot of it has to do with what we're reading, when it's the origin, when it's about Gotham, when it's about Batman, when it's about anything. And you're left wondering until obviously the end of the book, where you figure out who's the one that's actually talking in those dialogue boxes. But it's a lot of reading. It's hefty reading, a lot of talking in this issue. So while not a lot of the story progresses, we get Psycho Pirate's appearance, which I don't believe he's been around since the New 52. I could be wrong. I'm guessing that he wasn't. Maybe he was previously. Only people that have read every single issue in the New 52 will know that for sure. And we got the background / origin of Gotham and Gotham Girl. We still don't know about their powers, though. And we got to see a nice amount of Batman playing disguise and also Batman in general. Hugo Strange's plan, we still don't know about either, which I'm really interested in seeing what exactly Hugo Strange has up his sleeve. Why Psycho Pirate? Why is he messing with Gotham and Gotham Girl? Does he have anything to do with them getting their powers? Probably not. There's got to be something underlining, something that we don't know yet or haven't figured out yet when it comes to their superpowers. But I'm interested in seeing what that is. And I think that the father and the mother, well, the father mostly said too much. If that wasn't Batman and that was a true detective, I would even think that, well, then your kids are probably Gotham and Gotham Girl. So it's a good thing Batman was there and not somebody else. Because at first I'm like, why are they telling this agent this? What if he works for Hugo Strange? Good news is it was Batman. It was a good issue, a lot of words, great artwork, and great origin for Gotham and Gotham Girl. But if you want to know about their powers, to be continued. And lots of good dialogue. Again, if you want the full story, I would recommend checking out the book in your local comic shop. Batman issue 3 was a really good read. I enjoyed it. Like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. Can't wait for the next issue. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. As always, Comic Frontline, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you haven't subscribed to Comic Frontline, you might want to consider it. San Diego Comic-Con is this week. There will be lots of coverage right here on Comic Frontline, so stay tuned. If we're not in your sub box, you're going to miss out on a lot of videos. So if you subscribe, we're in your sub box, you won't miss out on a single video. Keep an eye on comicfrontline.com for a bunch of news when it comes out for San Diego Comic-Con, as well as other news after San Diego Comic-Con. We got news, previews, reviews, whole bunch of stuff on comicfrontline.com. If you'd like to see any of our individual work, our individual channels are on the main YouTube channels page where there's a huge list. So if you want to see any of our individual work, you can check out our channels there. And until next time, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next video.